For each person, when they grow in career, at some point in time, they will become managers where they have to manage people. And the success of that person in this managerial role depends on how effective he is in managing those people, how effective he is in getting things done from the people effectively. So if you do not know how to make people work for you, work with you, and contribute towards the larger goal and vision that you have, you will not be able to grow in your career. It's true in a service company, it's true in a product company, it's true across all disciplines. So everybody who works in their career and grows, eventually they will hit a point where more than their contribution, it matters a lot how the people he manages are contributing. So more and more people work towards the goal effectively, contribute a lot, then more successful you will be. And more often than not, individual contributors who are not adapting to managing the people effectively will not grow as much as the person who has lot of good social skills, people skills, who can manage the people effectively. So one of the things that happens is, when you are good at individual contribution, you would have done very well in your contribution, you would get the promotion to next roles and you move on to the next roles and so on. You hit a point where you reach a managerial role where now more than your contribution, you need to get the things done from others, but you will not have any experience of managing people. So you do not know how to manage. You simply go by what you have seen, how others have behaved, and you try to emulate them, unless you get a formal education and really put your shoes in those kind of roles already and have practiced something. So often people make mistake of managing people by some way of, like a teacher, for example. How does a teacher or a lecturer in college or a school monitor students? They monitor continuously. They make sure that have this complete work is completed or not. They continuously follow up. They police them, police behind those people. They check for each and every action, and a lot of times these things will actually not result in good outcomes, but yet, because they do not know how else to manage, they follow with this kind of logic and procedure. However, very often people do things perfectly in the beginning. They might not have seen good managers, so they may not have this kind of understanding. But sooner you identify that a lot of work gets done from people by doing things which are motivating to them. So what internal motivation each of the people have, if you identify and work towards meeting those motivations, internal motivations, people usually do the work for you, and it's also a win-win situation for both yourself as well as for the people, because you are working towards the motivations they have, and they will work towards the goals and objectives that you want them to fulfill. It is both ways. So sooner we identify, it's not by closely following up or being rigid about things getting done, policing them many times, every time. Instead of all of that, if you focus more on what drives each individual, what is his or her motivation, what can I work towards fulfilling those. If you clearly identify for each individual, because it differs for each individual, if you work towards that, it might give you a much better outcome than the otherwise. So let's take some example. So one person may be very much interested in getting higher salary. So it is his motivation. So internal motivation is he needs to get more salary. So if you work towards doing something about it, if you can get some hike in the company, or if you can get a role which can get them a little bit more salary than they would want, all of that will help them. When you show them that you are working towards that particular motivation, that drives them, and they will also help you in achieving your goals. So that is number one. And number two could be more than the salary. They may be very much inclined towards the role that they are playing. It's not often that the kind of role that they are playing may not be suitable for them, or they aspire for playing a different kind of role which is not something which they are playing today. So if you put efforts across the organization to get them what the kind of role that they want and suits their skills and aspiration, that helps them grow in their aspiration as well, and also it meets the objective of working towards the larger goal. It could be salary, it could be a role, or it could even be a case of transfer to desired location. So sometimes people get stuck in one particular location, they are not very happy, maybe their family is somewhere else, they want to transfer and work from the location that they want to be close to family and things like that. So if you work towards such motivation, definitely they will return back the favor with a lot of good outcomes to you and the larger goal. So it could be transfer also. Sometimes it is not just salary, role, or the location. Many times it's also about the knowledge and the growth that they can expect from the company, because not all people just work for the salary or just for the role. They also want to feel contentment, right? Like, I'm growing, I'm getting the knowledge, I'm actually learning, it will help me grow overall in my life. They want to feel important, saying that okay, yeah, I am doing something very important. So if you provide an opportunity to learn and grow, if you acknowledge the effort that they have put in the workplace, and make sure that you continuously communicate, talk to them, and feel them make important and appreciating part, all of this actually helps them feel important and also really grow in terms of their individual growth. That also helps in working towards a project goal or a task that you overall collectively want to improve. So identifying each individual, okay, this guy's motivation is mainly the salary, or this guy's motivation is mainly understanding the concepts and learning more and growing in individually, his knowledge perspective, or his motivation is mainly to get a transfer to certain location. So whatever it is, if you aspire for getting more things done, you need to attend to those motivations, and that's what is going to drive people towards the common goal that you want them to achieve. So as soon as you possible, if manager understands that at workplace or in life, getting things done depends more on people factors than logical rational factors, more successful I think everyone will be, because they will get things done more effectively and much quicker.